Alright farmers, welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be having a look at potatoes. So first off, if you're playing with the crop calendar on, take a look there. So we can sow them in March and April and then harvest in August and September. Now if you're not playing with the crop calendar on, they will grow in 5 months. So you'll be able to get a couple of harvests per year if you haven't got the calendar turned on. But we have, so that's what we're playing with today. So we're in March, so we're going to need to get ourselves a field. So we've got this one here. It's fully prepped. It's been mulched, it's been ploughed, fertilised, limed, fertilised again, cultivated, and then the stones removed. So next thing you want to do after that is get yourself a seeder stroke planter. Right, so we're at the side of the field, and what's the options for the planters we've got for potatoes? So if we go into the shop menu, if we go to potato technology, we've got these first two here. We've got the GL420 that's got a 3 meter working width, and we've got the GL860 compactor which got a 6 meter working width. Now as of recording this video, this is the only two potato planters we've got in the game. So that may change once mods start coming out again, but that's what we got for today. So I've gone for this GL860 because obviously it's got the wider working width. Now where seed comes into it, this is slightly different than normal. If you go down to the objects menu and big bags, obviously you can put seed in, so that's going to be your best option from a cost perspective, 800 for 1,000 litres. But if you've already got potatoes, so say you're in the second year of doing them, you can seed, plant, however you want to put it, with potatoes. You can use the crop to plant the new crop. So work that out, whether it's better to sell it or to get seed again, you know, whichever works out the best. You can use the crop, as I said, to replant the crop. So we've gone with seed because obviously we haven't got any potatoes to start with. So what you're going to need to do now, as with everything else, you need to unfold it. So LB and A, it will unfold the planter. So it will go through its whole animation, it will put the sides out, and then you'll be ready to go once it's done. Right, so then you want to do LB and B to lower the planter. Now this doesn't have the option to turn it on. If you look there, it's got the fold and lift planter. There's no turning on option. So once it's lowered, all you do is just drive through the field and you'll start planting potatoes. Obviously you can see the change in texture. So what you want to do is go over the whole field, making sure it's all covered. So I'll do that and I'll see you at the end. Right, so we've got the whole field planted with the potatoes. Now to get the best out of the field, what you're going to want to do is put the roller over it. So if we go into the shop menu again, and then go down to rollers, you can use any one of these to roll over the field. Now I'm going to use this Dalbo Power Roll because I'll just find it the easiest to work with a decent size width. So that's what we've gone for. So as with the planter, we LB and A to unfold it. So that'll go through the whole animation. I'll put in all the sides out and ready to go. So once that's done, you just roll up to the edge of the field, LB and B, lower it down. And once it's down, you just drive into your field, like so. So you'll see a change of texture. So as with the planter, we'll just go over the whole field and make sure it's all covered. So I'll get that done and I'll see you at the end. Right, so that's the field fully rolled. Now because we did the full prep to start with before we put any seed into the ground, there's not much more for us to do. Now if you have got the option of weeds turned on, you are going to want to keep an eye out for those going forward. So once they start coming out the ground in the first growth stage, you'll be able to use a weeder to get rid of them. If they're a bit bigger than that, you're going to need to use the herbicide sprayer. But I haven't got weeds turned on because I don't particularly like them. So what I'm going to do now is fast forward and we'll see a bit of growth. Right, so we're here in August. So you can see in the bottom right hand corner there, it's got growth, remove foliage. So we'll go jump into a harvester and we'll get cracking. Right, so we're at the side of the field and we've got a couple of options when we're harvesting potatoes. So it said there at the corner, there we are, of the field info, remove foliage. So if we go into the shop menu, there's two options for this. If you go down to tools and then to potato technology, you've got there the KS75-4. So they're going to have that on the front of your tractor, and that will remove the tops off of the potato plants. And then you run either the Evo 290 or the Kyler 2 behind the tractor, and that will pick the potatoes out the ground. So that's the option of running a tractor by doing it. Now the other option is if you go up to vehicles and over to potato technology, you've got these self-propelled vehicles. So you've got the Venta 4150 or the Varitron 470 Platinum TerraTrack, obviously depending on your budget. So these have got everything all in one. It's got the top remover on the front, and then it will also pick up the potatoes out the ground. So that's your options for getting them harvested off your field. Now I've gone for this Venta 4150 because it's got a decent sized tank and it's all in one. So that's what I'm going for. So if I jump into that, first thing I want to do is L, B and A. It will unfold it. So there's quite a lot of stuff to unfold on this. So it will go through the whole animation of opening the sides and the belt that goes out the back, and then it will unfold the front bit, and then once you're ready you can get cracking. So it's now in its unfolded state. So if we do LB and X, it will turn it on, and we'll do LB and B, it will lower the front down, and we'll just drive over the crop, and there we are, harvesting your potatoes. Now the advantage of using this rather than the tractor setup, if you've got crop destruction on, you may find a little bit of crop destruction between the tractor from when it takes the tops off to actually getting the potatoes off the field at the back on the pull along part, whereas this self-propelled one takes the tops off and it gets the potatoes out the ground in the first section, so you get it all done in one. So this is the more safe option, shall we say. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get this field done and I'll see you at the end. Right, so that's the field harvested. Now when you come to storing them, the normal base game silos don't take them, so you're going to want to put it into some sort of building just to keep it out of the way, or there is this mod option from Missy B. So if we go into the construction menu and then buildings and silos, we'll go all the way to the end. We've got these three here, these multi-fruit silos. So any one of these three will take your potatoes, and I'll show you that right now. So if we go over, now it is a bit tight getting this in, but if you do it on the side and put the pipe out, it will unload directly from your harvester. So we'll edge it in like that, we'll put the pipe out, belt, pipe, whatever you want to call it, and then it's unloading directly into the silo. So this is obviously a mod option. So base game, if you're not playing with this mod, then you're going to be left with the option of either putting it into some sort of shed or leaving it on the ground. So that's entirely up to you. So what I'll do now, I'll go grab a trailer and we'll see what we can do with it. Right, so your first option is going to be to sell it. So if we go into the prices menu and potatoes, the best price is going to be Goldcrest Valley at 493 per 1,000 litres. Obviously that requires you to rent a train, so that's different videos, so go check it out. So for today, I'm down at Feed and Grain South 420 per 1,000 litres. So all you do, like with all the other sell points, if you go up to the blue unload icon, just pull over the top of it, it will give the option of R, B and Y, and we'll start unloading and then selling the crop there. Now there is another option, so I'll see you back at the farm for that one. Right, so your other option for your potatoes is going to be feeding them to the pigs. So if you go into the construction menu, and then to animals, and then down to pigs, you'll see that in the icon there, you've got the potatoes that can go into the pig pasture, the pigsty, or the pigsty large. So as with the sell point, if you just go up to the blue unload icon, and that is where you can dump your food for your pigs. So we'll pull over like that, RB and Y, and it will start unloading the potatoes into the pigsty. So if you then go into the animal menu, like so, it's there saying root crops should be 5% of everything that you put in. So we've put in the potatoes for the pigs, so that's gone into that section. So mix it up with the rest that it requires, and you'll get the best outcome from your pigs. So there you have it. That is potatoes. Obviously a bit more labor intensive than some of the other crops, but that's potatoes done for you. So drop it in the comments below. Are you going to be doing potatoes? Are you going to sell them off? Are you going to use them in your pigsty? If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. It's muchly appreciated. But from today, that's it from me, and I'll see you in the next one.